Hi, I'm Brittany Kynard. I'm the president and founder of the SD Gunner Fund. The SD Gunner Fund is a local 501c3 organization that provides service animals to veterans, first responders, and special needs children, as well as therapy dogs for educational and facility usage. Therapy dog services are beneficial not just to hospitals and nursing homes, but also to students. Whereas a service animal, the task they provide is specific to an individual and that individual's disability.
I'm Dr. Yancey J. Ford. I'm the school superintendent here in Effingham County. We opened up a position at the district level for SEL and mental health, and so as we started to process what that was going to look like, Kate Keith, one of our counselors who now is the coordinator of that program, brought this idea to me that we could introduce dogs as part of helping students through some issues or crises that they're having. And it's so important that we try to meet the needs of our students where they're at, and if that means that we're going through a program like this that will help our students be successful and be able to be productive citizens and be able to remain in school and be calm, and it helped them learn, then I'm all for it.
I have a fantastic dog, Piper. I've always had good dogs, but she is very different. Her love of people and attention to people is much different than the other good dogs I've had in the past. So for quite some time, I've been asking Dr. Ford, our superintendent, if we could have her tested to see if she had the temperament for a therapy dog. She did take the test. It was about a 2-hour test and passed with flying colors. And so at that point, Dr. Ford allowed us to start training and practicing in the schools. Social emotional learning has really come to the front of education, largely because of the nature of the students these days. They are digital natives. And that was even prior to COVID, but COVID definitely launched us into that even further. And so it is important that students learn to connect with others outside of a screen. In regard to the dogs, they're really helping students to make connections.
How are you guys? Yeah?
The added is gotta have a what?
Feelings.
I've been teaching for 38 years, and when I first started teaching, kids come to school caring, without a care in the world. But as time has progressed, parents are now becoming more like a best friend, so they unload financial problems on children, anything else that they're having trouble with on that child. So that child literally now is burdened with things that are not childlike. And they're worried that, the electricity's not going to be on when they come in, or they might not have lunch or dinner, or they might not get to see their mom that night. They're worrying about these things. That dog helps them relieve that pressure so that they can actually learn the way they're supposed to. They can actually be a kid like they're supposed to be.
The PUP program has been a fantastic addition to my family, but I'm not going to lie that the time spent in training has been tremendous. Everybody in the family is a trainer. If I teach Piper one thing, they can undo that lesson just as fast. So it's important for us to continually communicate. Our day is fairly long. Piper usually likes to wake me up. She jumps on top of me and lays there until I get out of bed. She is the most excited to go to work every morning. So we get up and we go through our day, and she continues to check and go back, running back to the back door. Then we load up and come to school or wherever that is. We try to spend a couple hours in a school each day, and then we go back to my office where she can rest, and I monitor the programs that are going on in the county. Then we go home. She eats, plays in the backyard, chases squirrels. It's her very favorite thing to do other than coming to work.
In our district, we've decided that we got approval for our school psychologists, our school counselors, and our social workers to be able to have a therapy dog if they would like to. Noodle is my dog. I immediately, almost every day, start seeing students because there's always someone that has something they want to talk to me about as senior counselor. These days, it's about academics, but again, they're stressed out because they're getting ready to go to college or going to work or whatever it is they have to do, and they want to be sure they're on track to graduate or get the scholarships that they want. And so a lot of stress is coming in the door. So Piper and Noodle got very attached to one another. And then in November is when we got Noodle, and we started immediately. Like, it was day one, training, and learning what to do and how to be a handler, because it was all just brand new territory for me. It really is a family effort though. And it's time away from my family too whenever I have to go for training every week. And it is a big commitment, but it's totally worth it.
To incorporate the standards for state, I looked at a lot of them and how I could make them real life. And one of the writing standards was you write for communication purposes. So the beginning of the year, I wanted to get my kids to learn how to take what's in their head and put it on paper. I showed them how to write letters and address envelopes, and we wrote Piper. And Piper wrote us back. And so they were excited, so that engaged them to write their classmates, and their own classmates would write back.
Piper was born to be a therapy pup, because he takes on any and everything. Even in the midst of the chaos, he's the calm.
I had one student who was very upset that morning, just kind of dysregulated and kind of just walking around the classroom, not really present with us. And the moment Piper stepped in to the classroom, she knew that he was upset. And she bypassed all the other kids who wanted to play with her, but she had a mission, and it was him. And she went right over to him, and he started petting her, and he calmed down, and they went into the calming tent and laid there, and he looked at a book, and she laid there with him. And the rest of the day, he had a great day. He was regulated, his emotions he was happy, you could tell he wanted to be there. After that, I knew, like, this could be life-changing for my kids.
It was instant. Like, I walked in there the first time, and Noodle came up to me, and we just best friends right then and there. High school is stressful, but I feel like when Noodle's around, I feel like it's good and I feel better.
Everybody in this school loves the dogs. Like, you see them in the hallway, they're gonna walk up to the dogs.
When we were going around the school, the bell rang, and when all the students came out, and you would think that a lot of animals would get kind of nervous and anxious and want to run away. Not Piper. Piper walked through that crowd as if they were standing still. And the kids just flocked and just, they had that moment of break, that brain break. And it was just fabulous to see.
I love seeing them. Like, them walking around just makes me feel so much better about my day, getting to pet them. It does positively impact me.
You look at a dog is very loyal and compassionate. They're gonna love you no matter what. And the kids see that. Even if they've had a bad day with me and they've made wrong choices, that dog will come into that classroom, can almost sense that, and the kids, you can just see them sort of melt. That dog does not judge them for a mistake they've made or a goof up that they've had prior.
So we expected there to be a difference in our students, but what we didn't expect is what we saw in our staff, and it has been a huge impact on our staff.
We teachers, we also are just as stressed as the students, and we have to maintain. So I think the PUPs are just as beneficial to the teachers as they are to the students.
If I know that there's a time coming where Piper's coming, my anxiety is less. And I've noticed that the classrooms that she does go in, for the rest of the day, if I see a teacher in the hallway and I know Piper has been in that room, they're happy, they're smiling, they're ready to go.
I love it!
Effingham County has been amazing to work with, and because the program has gone so smoothly, we're seeing a lot of interest from other school systems, and we're hoping that next year we can double and then continue to double over the next 5 years to greatly impact a lot of the school systems in this area.
I'd love to see the program grow to where each school could have 1 or 2 dogs that would be able to be available.
In order to make this goal a reality, we definitely have to get funding. We appreciate SD Gunner and everything they're doing, but we know that we need to be able to help with that and help, keep their mission going as well.
Tara and I absorbed all of the front end, but the training thereafter has been graciously provided by SD Gunner Fund. And so we have that professional trainer that helps us once a week. Our hope is to make it a program where more people can be a part of it without the financial strain.
If you've got the opportunity to bring a service dog into your classroom, you need to jump at it because you'll see so many opportunities that you can engage students that have never been engageable.